Welcome to Elmhurst, our community. I'm Ken Bartels, your host, and we're here at the Community Bank of Elmhurst, upstairs in the business zone. My guest today is a return visitor, Heather Bereckis of the City of Elmhurst, Business Development Manager. And Heather, welcome back to
Thank you.
Elmhurst, our community. I want to start by just saying for our audience, I know you've been here before and I'm sure everybody out there watched it, but for purposes of starting out today, what exactly does the Business Development Manager do?
So I think the easiest words to use to describe what I do are economic development. But what it comprises for the City of Elmhurst is a lot of things. So I work with our businesses to find locations, whether it's a business, whether they're starting new or expanding. I work with our business incentive grants, so helping people get sign grants or marketing grants or facade grants. I oversee the Economic Development Commission, so a group of 14 individuals who are business owners and residents from the city who help with economic development in the city. I also do things like business licensing and liquor licensing, and this last year I ran the Memorial Day Parade, so a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And how long have you been with the city?
A little over 3 years now.
Okay. So I want to start out with a few general questions about the city and economic development. The city is very fortunate in having multiple business zones within Elmhurst. Right. Why is that important?
It's important because a lot of places you'll find have one central hub for all of their business, and it's nice in Elmhurst because we have multiple hubs, and it gives you a lot of opportunity, which increases your quality of life because you have more options, more places to go, and it allows more people, and it brings in more sales tax for us. There's a number of reasons, but we are kind of spread out with a number of these little hubs, which is really nice. And
how are businesses in general faring in these areas? What are our vacancy rates like citywide?
Yeah, we are really lucky. We kind of describe it as a good problem to have. We have really low vacancy rates. So our retail right now is about 1.3% citywide. Our office is about 5.9%, and our kind of industrial flex is under 2%. So DuPage County averages are much higher than that. So we are one of the lowest vacancy rates within DuPage County.
I was going to say those rates sound amazingly low. It would almost be like there isn't anything.
It is. It's difficult. We have long lists of people trying to get into Elmhurst because we're a fabulous location and we don't always have what they're looking for. So we do keep lists and follow up with people when something becomes available. And I think there's a little misconception sometimes in the community. You'll see a vacant space and think there's nothing there, but a lot of times it's when business is moving to this space or they're doing work or there's just improvement of some sort happening. The turnover from a business leaving and a new business coming in isn't immediate. There's usually a few months of permitting and some kind of work you have to do in the space. But the majority of our space right now is occupied.
So I know the answer to this question would be all over the map, but why do businesses seek to come to Elmhurst?
So we have a few reasons that we know are just, these are the reasons people would come to a space. Part of it is the community. So we have a well-developed community. It's a fairly affluent community. We have good schools, we have good parks, we have kind of those things that people look for with quality of life, and businesses are obviously attracted to that too. We have that all roads lead to Elmhurst kind of unofficial slogan, and we do. We have a number of highways, the airport, the train, all easy distance from the city. It's just a nice central location for people. But we also have those anecdotal things where people say, the city is easy to work with. We hear constantly the city is easy to work with. I don't know, maybe easy is the best word to describe it, but we do our best to make sure we stay in contact with businesses, to make sure we provide them with the information up front, the expectations up front, and then we follow through with that. Not just the city employees, but our aldermen, our city manager, our assistant city manager, our consultants, our Economic Development Commission. They have a number of touch points where they feel connected to the community. And then we have things like the chamber and our business associations and the university that provide those extras that a lot of other communities don't have.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that Elmhurst has been business friendly for a long time. I can think back to Mayor Marcucci making that statement frequently, and I think all the mayors since have done the same. So you've mentioned the Economic Development Commission a couple of times. What is their role? And I know there are multiple commissions with specific roles, but economic development.
Yep, so economic development is a 14-person commission. They are volunteers that are appointed by the mayor. So they have vested interests in our business community and in the economic growth of the city. One of their main functions is performing business retention visits. So we assign each year, they pick or we assign a number of businesses for them to visit. And it's to be able to do that face-to-face touch point with the business. Go in and see, how are things going? Where can we help you? Do you know about these events that we're offering, or do you know about the grants that we have? So that's one of their roles. Another is to help with the events that we do, and just being, I guess, a face for the city. Because while I am in the economic development role, we have well over 2,500 businesses, and I can't always be that person that's out in the space. So knowing that there's other people in the community that are have vested interest in what they're doing.
You mentioned events. So far this year, a number of them I know have taken place.
Yep. So we have our traditional events that we do every year, our Women in Leadership Luncheon, which we've been hosting at the university for the past few years, and it's a fantastic space for it. We also have our real estate forum that we do every year, and we have our Makers and Shakers event. Aside from those, we've been trying to expand on the offerings that we have. And this year we did a professional coaching event where we kind of taught people how to have those difficult conversations with employees or with coworkers, and how to navigate those conversations, I think was mainly what it was focusing on. It was really well attended, and it was one of our first events we did in conjunction with the chamber, which is great because we are now trying to do more events with our chamber and with the university, because they're fantastic resources in our community. We have one coming up on November 6th at the university that's going to be focusing entirely on branding and marketing, but with an AI component to it. So we'll have someone coming in to speak about the importance and power of branding and your brand, and then we'll have someone speaking to how to create your marketing using AI. And they will get a hands-on experience using applications like ChatGPT, where they can come in and learn how to actually teach the system to make them strong marketing materials.
In your experience, Heather, are there specific issues that new businesses face that sometimes make their starts more difficult than perhaps they would need to be?
Absolutely. A lot of businesses come in, they have a really great idea, they have this niche thing that they're really good at, and they've been successful maybe doing it from home, or they have a real passion for it, but they maybe don't know about how to market and brand. They don't know what those things are out there, how to sell people and tell people about it. And that's one of the struggles they have. A lot of our businesses don't always have a good business plan. So teaching them about how to do a business plan, what their resources are out there to create a business plan, because we have a number of free resources in our community, and not just necessarily in our community, but DuPage County even, where you can work with people to learn how to create those. Understanding their financing, understanding how to get grants, understanding different point-of-sale systems. There's a whole host of issues that some businesses don't necessarily realize up front, I'm going to need this, or maybe HR matters, and things like where to find staffing. So we, through the economic development part, not just myself, but the commission, our consultants, other city staff, have access to those resources and can connect the businesses with them, whether it's through emails, conversations, or at our events.
I guess over the years, two public misperceptions that I think have been consistently applied to economic development are: one, why is the city letting that business sit there forever? Yeah. Shouldn't they be doing something? And two, just the mix of businesses throughout the city. You want to comment about why those are misconceptions?
Yeah, so the city obviously has plans where we do sub-area plans, or like right now we're working on our downtown plan, where we come up with these goals that we'd like to see happen, but ultimately the city doesn't own most of these properties or these businesses. So while we try to maintain really great working relationships with business owners, property owners, we can't necessarily tell them, you can't bring this business in, or you can't do this here, unless it's directly related to our zoning. So if it's something that's in violation of our code, our ordinances, or some way, then we can say, hey, this isn't allowed, you need to manage this. Otherwise, it's really up to the property owner to be able to say, hey, this is what we're gonna do. Now, we have some fantastic property owners who are very thoughtful in saying, I already have A, B, C, D in my properties. I want to make sure that I'm bringing in something new, and we can have that conversation and suggest. And with our running list that we keep, we can say, hey, here's some really good options that we think would be good for the community. That's not always the case. You know, sometimes it's just about who will pay top dollar, who can open quicker, who can, you know, meet the need that they have. Because ultimately it still is their property, they still have to manage and pay for it. And so while we may suggest things, while we may suggest that this is maybe not the best opportunity, we don't have ultimate control over that if it's within the guidelines.
Can you talk just a bit before we go to break about incentives?
Sure. So the city has TIF districts, so tax increment financing districts. There's 3 of them currently. Our downtown is our downtown TIF 6. Our North York is TIF 5. Nope, that's TIF 4. TIF 4 and TIF 5 is Lake Street area. So those areas have a fund of money on the TIF that the TIF generates that people can apply for incentive grants with. So right now we have 3 incentive grants. One is a facade build out grant. Another is our sign grant, and then we have the marketing grant. So they have different methods for how everyone will apply under the same application, but there's different kind of approval methods that you would go through those depending on how much money you're asking for, kind of the scope of the project, et cetera. But they are all available to any business that's within those TIF districts. And that's all available on our website. There's maps we can provide for that. And we see they're pretty active. Our downtown, because it's the biggest area, tends to get the most applications for it, but we actually have quite a few for both TIF 4 and 5 this year.
Okay, we're going to go to break, but when we come back, we're going to go around the city to all these various business zones and get an update from you.
Yeah, sounds good.
We're talking about economic development, business development in the city of Elmhurst, and we'll be right back.
My name is Rich Reichert. I'm President and CEO of Community Bank of Elmhurst. We are a community bank located in Elmhurst, Illinois. We have 2 locations.
Community Bank was created because there was a need in the community for personal banking. We joined the Chamber in 1993 when the bank was formed.
And we were a member of the Chamber of Commerce on the day we opened. Our business is unique because we value our customers and our community first.
We exist for our customers, and we know that what their needs are what we need to provide.
The best part of being a member of the Elmhurst Chamber is getting to know the people who run the businesses here in town and make this town as great as it is.
The Elmhurst Chamber is the prominent business organization in Elmhurst.
The bank and the Elmhurst Chamber work together.
We're based in Elmhurst. We serve Elmhurst.
We know Elmhurst. We are Elmhurst.
We care about this town.
Welcome back to Elmhurst, our community. We're talking about economic development, a subject that all citizens should have some interest in. It's a viability issue for our city. I want to go around. We mentioned in the first segment, we mentioned all of the various economic business areas in Elmhurst, which makes us already a little unique. So I'm going to have you put your manager hat on, and we're going to go around and just a quick update, perhaps new businesses, perhaps businesses that are still in development, whatever you want to share about the areas. So I wrote them down so I wouldn't forget them.
Yep.
We're going to start with City Center, the downtown area of Elmhurst.
City Center, I know it's been about 2 years since I was on the show last, but City Center's had quite a bit of change in just the last 6 to 8 months. So we have seen some closures of some long-standing businesses like York Furrier, and we'll see some development there. There's really nothing to share about the space now. It was purchased by a development company and they're working through opportunities, but it is a large space in the downtown that we'll hopefully see in the next 6 or 8 months something big happening there. But we have seen Elmhurst Brewing has closed, but in their place, 93 Octane has opened. They just had their grand opening in mid-August, and it's a beautiful space. They're still serving and brewing beer there. They've got a great menu. On Addison, in addition, we've had 2 other businesses open, Cozy Boutique, so kind of women's athleisure, and then we've had Salvage Beauty Rugs down at the corner that took over the old bread and butter space. So you can get, I think it's Turkish style rugs, but they have a lot of beautiful rugs in the space that you can go and purchase. We've seen a lot of upgrades and work happening on York. So Victory Seafood is moving into the former matinee space. And with that, they took down the old green building and are building this beautiful outdoor patio with a fireplace and kind of an enclosed eating space. And then we'll see some work in the buildings next to that. We'll see some new, hopefully, retail coming in shortly as well. New Crepes closed. So unfortunately, New Crepes is fantastic. Everyone loved it, but we're seeing a speakeasy style business will be going in there called Low Key. They're not open yet, but hopefully soon. And I heard that they're going to have a menu, tapas style menu that maybe had some crepes, kind of an ode to New Crepes on there. So I think people will be excited about that. And then on Park, we have Zap Tacos, which I'm very excited for. It's like not your normal just taco fare. It's kind of, they've got fun names and non-traditional tacos, but he should be opening early September.
Get Bazzy.
Get Bazzy. So Get Bazzy did close. We have a jewelry space coming in there. Their name is Atlas and Opal. They are hoping to open in early November, and they have kind of handmade, ethically created, small batch jewelry, but also some other home goods. So I feel like it'll kind of take the place of what Bread and Butter maybe was doing. Maybe not exactly the same, but it'll offer some of that kind of same kind of goods. We also have had a new fitness space, Sculpted Legree, that's open just up the street, kind of across from City Hall. So really exciting things happening in downtown.
Okay. York and Villette.
York and Villette. So this is one of our areas that we don't see a lot of turnover usually, but within the last year or so, we have HB Jones became Golden Boy Barbecue, which is fantastic. You can smell it all throughout the York and Villette area. We've had Solarium, which is kind of a hot yoga fitness space that's opened. And then we've had the Aesthetic Drop, which is also opened in that area recently.
Okay, and a subtraction, but still in the city, would be the farmers market that used
Correct.
to be.
You're right. So the farmers market kind of outgrew the space at York and Villette and has moved down to the parking lot of the Elmhurst Christian Reformed Church, where it is grown substantially in the past year. And now they're seeing not just the local community come, but you're seeing people that see it from off Roosevelt Road. You have the like Park Place and other communities, the living communities down there. Plus you're seeing the hospital staff come over and visitors of the hospital use it. So they've expanded, they have more food trucks, they have more vendors. It's grown quite a bit, and I think it will continue to in future years.
As long as we're down there,
Yep.
York and Butterfield.
Yeah, so York and Butterfield, again, I kind of joke it's like this up and coming area. There's a lot happening there. We have new Petra Falafel that's in the Jewel Plaza. Across the street, we have Steak Burrito Grill, both fantastic. So if you're looking for something fun, something quick and inexpensive, both are great options. At the corner, the gas station is actually becoming Pride gas station, which will have an urban counter restaurant in it. So similar, there's one at York and Ogden and Hinsdale, and then we'll have one here in Elmhurst. This is owned by the same group that owns 93 Octane. So that's where their name for the business came. 93 Octane is a gas name. So they will have their gas station open within the next year too.
And the hospital's got a couple of things going.
The hospital does have some new buildings going up, so very exciting projects happening there.
Yeah, I think they're adding to their cancer center and medical building as well. Okay. Spring Road.
Spring Road. So again, one of our very popular areas, and Spring Road's unique because Spring Road is like a downtown in any other city. So we are fortunate that we have not one downtown, but we really could arguably have 2 to 3 major downtown kind of areas, and Spring Road is probably in size number 2. You don't see a lot of turnover there, but we did see Cuvée Cellars close this year, and the weekend of August 30th, we're seeing Por Destino open, which is a restaurant that's currently in Hinsdale, and they have decided to have a second location here in Elmhurst. They will kind of be a coffee bar in the morning, and then in the evening they become kind of a speakeasy tapas style space. So it's a beautiful space. We're very excited to have them opening. And then you've got their Spring Road Business Association, who is expanding all of the events and things that they're doing. And this year they're starting Elmtoberfest, which will happen the weekend of October 4th in the parking lot next to Phase 3.
And the elephant on Spring Road would be the old Silverado
The
site?
Silverado space, yes. So I don't have any great information to share other than there's a restaurant being built there. If you drive by anytime right now, you'll see that they've got walls going up. They did a lot of clear cutting and are putting up a giant space. We do know it is owned by Mr. Gambino, and he has shared that he's building a restaurant. We just don't know what it'll be yet, but we're very excited for it.
Looking for a tenant.
Yes.
That's right. Elmhurst Crossing, so basically St. Charles and Route 83.
Yep. Another area we don't see a ton of turnover usually, but within the last year or so, we had Five Below open, which is a fun store to go into. It's got a lot of great things. And we saw Yorkies expand their location now and have Yorkies too. So that was in the former Back Alley Burger space. They've been incredibly popular and doing very well. They've been open for about 6 or so months now. And then in what used to be the Crave space, we have Village Eye Care, and you'll see that they are steadily doing work and hopefully will be open soon.
And it looked like Chick-fil-A's doing something
Chick-fil-A is expanding their drive-through. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right. North Avenue and Route 83.
North and 83. So another area that is an incredibly busy area. We saw Max close. We don't have any further details on what's happening there yet, but it was purchased by the gas station property. And then we've had, in the last year and a half, we had Amiga's open, which is a fantastic Mexican restaurant. They have dollar tacos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. You've had a new dentistry building open across the street in the same plaza that has like that has the cupcakes and that has fire water, all of that in it. It's called
Child Care Center.
Child Care Center is open there as well, and you've had Smilewise Dentistry open there.
Okay. North York. Now this is a big
area. Yeah, we've had a lot of stuff. So something fun that is coming right by North and York is a Qdoba. So next door to the Jersey Mike's will be a Qdoba coming. Up the street, we've had a new chiropractor that's opened, Web of Wellness. We have a new kind of paper stationery store that's opened called Papel Arcano. In that same plaza, we have Pho Lime. They've been open for about a year, so Vietnamese kind of noodle soups and things of that nature. We have a new kind of independent mailing company called Inbox that's opened. Across the street in what used to be Bentley's, like the Bentley's Pet Stuff area, we have a high fidelity dentistry that's opened. And then further up, as you go closer to Grand, we have the Royal Indian Cuisine that has opened.
Okay. And lastly, Lake Street.
Lake Street, again, another up and coming. The whole north side of town, we're seeing kind of development for restaurants, but we have, within the last year, we've had Aunt Tina's Kitchen open, so Southern comfort food. We have, Fred's Place was purchased and now is going to be called Elsie's Diner, and they are in the process of applying for one of our business incentive grants. They're hoping to expand the space and include an additional 1,200 square feet and have it be a diner. So a diner, they'll improve the space and just be beautiful. And then at 630 Westlake, what used to be, I think it was the arena, it was the axe throwing space at one point, has now opened. It's called The Vibe. It's a beautiful restaurant. They've got just a kind of a club atmosphere in the evening, but restaurant with delicious food during the daytime.
Okay. I think that, did I miss any? I don't think so.
There's a few other, we have a ton of businesses that open. These are just kind of some highlights. I would also say on Lake Street, we've had Songbird Music open, Hummingbird Pediatric. We have Pink Noise, a DJ service. Sure. But I mean, these are just a handful. There's still many more that have kind of opened in some smaller spaces or just around town that I'm not mentioning. We do have a full list of those that usually go out in our newsletter each quarter. So if you're interested in what else might be out there, we do usually provide the full update in the newsletter.
Well, it sounds like a whole bunch of stuff
to
me. To the average citizen driving around town, Elmhurst may just be sort of going along, but I don't think that's the case.
No, we're very busy and we're very excited, and we get a lot of new opportunities, a lot of new growth, and I think that's what keeps things fresh. You want some of your old things to stay, things that are your traditions, but a little bit of change once in a while isn't bad.
So I think it's safe to say you're proactive about Elmhurst?
Very proactive about Elmhurst, yes. I jokingly say whenever I go out with my friends or family, I'll be in Lombard or Wheaton, and I really enjoy a space, and I'm like, hey, have you heard that there's somewhere in Elmhurst you could be? I always have my business card. It's kind of a big joke where everyone says, everyone now knows you work for Elmhurst because you tell them, hey, have you thought about being in Elmhurst?
And lastly, since we're doing a video, I understand the city's been doing some videos of businesses as well.
We do. So we do 3, I would say every other month, maybe a quarter at most, but we do videos for our businesses. So if you have a registered business license, you're part of the Explore Elmhurst, exploreelmhurst.com. So it's our visitor tourism initiative that is paid for by our hotel motel dollars. If you have set up your page on there and have your business license, we will offer you a free marketing video. So we bring our team out, and it's like about a 60-second video, but they're fantastic. So we have a nice running list, and anyone's interested, they just need to reach out to me.
Now you work with the same team that I work with
Yep.
with this program.
They're a good team.
So they're a good team, absolutely. Well, thank you for that amazing update, and thank you again for coming back.
Always.
Appreciate it very much.
Pleasure.
This has been Elmhurst, Our Community. I'm Ken Bartels, your host, and we will see you again. This is the Community Bank of Elmhurst. We've been in business since 1993. 2 locations, Butterfield Road and right here, downtown City Center. We were the original community bank in Elmhurst. It was started as a response to community need for more personal banking. We're not a big bank, but we're a highly personalized one. The For You sign behind me demonstrates the fact that that's what we exist for. Our customers and community first. What makes our business unique is that we look at every individual as a person, as someone who we want to get to know and get to know better. People come into this bank, they're greeted by their first name or their preferred name because we know them, and we've known them, many of them, for a very long time. The best thing about running a small business in Elmhurst is the opportunity to know your customers.